What is up, you guys? Welcome back to my channel. My name is Shanna and I am a recovering addict. I have been sober since December 28th of 2019 and in recovery since September 27th of 2016. I went to Ulta the other day and I picked up a whole bunch of things from the Morphe 2 line and then like the Maddie Ziegler line, which isn't part of the Morphe 2, but the products are similar. So I just wanted to try those out. So without further ado, let's jump into the video. All right, so to get started, normally, you know, I do eyes first. I picked up the Morphe 2, what do they call this stuff? Jelly Eye Shimmer in the shade Starry Sky. It's really pretty. It's blue, but it does, I don't know if you can see the shift on camera. Yeah, you can. It has like a purple shift to it. Let me get a swatch for you. Okay, so that is that. You can see the shift in there. I did not pick up any of the brushes, but I do know there's a brush to apply this, and in Manny MUA's review, he did say that using the brush, it was a lot better. So that is what I'm going to do. I'm trying to remember what that brush looked like. I think it was similar to this. So this is just a brush you would get in an Anastasia palette. So I'm just going to use this end here and dip in. Picks up a lot. And supposedly these do dry down, but it is very jelly, very wet. Oh my God. Some of the people who follow me were not even born at this time yet, but this reminds me very much of the shit I wore in 9th grade, which would have been, I entered 9th grade in 1999, so yeah, I'm old. But anyway, let's do the other eye. Yeah, baby blue was very big then, especially for eyes, very frosty. That's exactly what this reminds me of. The amount I had to build up my baby blue shadow back then. There was no eye primer back then. We didn't even know, at least I didn't even know to use concealer. The jelly stuff, it doesn't, I don't want to say it burns, but my eyelids are really sensitive. Every time I've used like a liquid shadow or a jelly shadow, it has this weird cooling / burning sensation. This isn't as bad as some other ones that I've used, but if you have sensitive lids, that's just something to keep in mind. That's pretty much all I'm gonna do with the eyes, because that's the point of this collection, is to be very light, very fresh, young. I think this is Morphe's way of trying to be like Glossier. But anyway, next let's go on to the face. I did pick up the Morphe 2, what do they call this stuff again? Skin tint. It's called Hint Hint Skin Tint, and I did the shade Hint of Marshmallow, which is fair with neutral undertones. This is what it looks like. This is a nice glass bottle. It does say this is sheer to medium coverage, which is interesting. I'm normally not a sponge person, but given how runny this is, I am going to apply it with a sponge. I just put a drop on my mixing board that I have. I meant to powder my face first, but that's okay. We'll see how it holds up in southeast humidity. Fun fact, I live, like I said, in the Bible Belt, and there was just an earthquake this morning that woke me up. I've never been in an earthquake before. It was a 5.1, about 90 to 100 miles outside of where I live. And yeah, that was fun. Not. Yeah, it woke me up. My kid luckily handled it very, very well. He came in and he goes, "Mommy, in my bedroom, I felt my room move and it went blah." And then I was like, "I think it was an earthquake, buddy." And he said, "No, it was a monster. Or maybe the house turned into a rocket." So he thought the house was gonna blast off, which I thought was really cute. Like, I'd rather him have that reaction over being scared shitless. But yeah, that was the weirdest feeling. I've never experienced one of those before. Where I come from, the worst thing you could get is either a blizzard or a tornado. But yeah, I was just laying in bed, and at first I started hearing it, and I'm like, what the hell is that? Is it a thunderstorm? Because we get really wicked thunderstorms here. And then my body just felt like it was in waves, but on the inside of my body. It was very weird. Nothing tipped over, nothing was broken. We were okay. But yeah, and the whole neighborhood felt it, obviously. But my parents didn't believe me when I said, I think it's an earthquake. But yeah, one had already hit that morning at like 2 in the morning in the same city, but it was only a 2.1, and the one that hit this time, or I'm sorry, it was a 2.6, and the one that hit this morning that we all felt was a 5.1. So yeah, kind of cool, kind of freaky. Okay. This looks really good. I will let you know if it dries down. I am going to go in with a skin tone colored concealer though, just to get under my eyes for a little bit more coverage though. This is Trestique. I got it in a Boxy charm. I want to block that out. I know it says we can make this sheer to medium coverage. I really don't want to try that. The point of the collection is to be light. But I am just going to get some more coverage under my eye here. This is so reminiscent. I didn't wear any foundation in high school. I maybe put on a compact powder, but even then it was all about like frosty eyes and frosty lips. All right, next we are going to try, this is not from the Morphe 2 collection, only because the shade that I wanted, they didn't have at Ulta, but it's the exact same product in the Morphe and Maddie Ziegler collection, and it is the Cheek and Lip Mousse, and this is in the shade Berry Good. I've never had like a berry or red toned blush before, and I really wanted to try one. Oh, she's pigmented. I wouldn't say that feels moussey to me, but it does feel like a really smooth balm. But anyway. That's a lot more than anyone would need, obviously, but it shears out quite nicely. Let's see if it stains. I'm gonna try to wipe it off. It doesn't stain, so that's good to know. This mousse here can also be used for the lips, so I'm just gonna tap into it lightly, and I'm gonna blot it onto my lip. So I did pick up the Morphe 2 gloss, but the lip and cheek tint came in a kit for the Maddie Ziegler collection with this pinky purple gloss. Since we're more dedicating it to Morphe 2, I am gonna go in with the shade Fairy Tale. It has, it reminds me of childhood, and it's actually, I guess, a lip oil and not a gloss, but let's try it out. Ugh, it's thick. It's really thick. What is this Maddie Ziegler one like? This is really thick too. This is almost like borderline jelly. You can watch it come out of the packaging. So yeah. The Maddie Ziegler one is an actual gloss, whereas the Morphe 2 collection, it's a lip oil. It feels good. It's not sticky. It is, just that little bead that I put on was definitely too much. You don't need a lot. Alright guys, so this is the finished look. This is what I picked up from the Morphe 2 collection. I think the only thing I'm missing is that I didn't get an actual blush from Morphe 2, but the Maddie Ziegler one is the exact same. I didn't pick up the brushes because I have a shit ton. I don't need any more. And I didn't get the face gloss because that to me is just, it's going to break up your product. So unless you're not going to wear the skin tint and you're just going to do a face gloss, that's about all it could be used for. I've watched multiple reviews on it and I know that it does that for everyone. So with that being said, guys, let me know if there's anything from the Morphe 2 collection that you are looking at picking up. Alright guys, I just wanted to do a quick check-in. I have been in this now for like 4 hours. I was just out in the humidity It is so hot today. But let's take a look at everything. So I do have it settling into my wrinkles. That makes sense. It's not like a full coverage foundation. It's just meant to be like your skin but better. But it isn't breaking up around the nose, which is nice. It does break up here a bit. Again, not surprising. It's my smile lines. I just kind of buff it out. It is really easy to buff this out. And I could add oil as well. The lip oil did come off because I had something to eat for lunch, and it does leave your lips feeling a little bit dry. So I do want to try this Morphe gloss with Maddie Ziegler. So I'll put you down here. Oh, good, it stays. Okay. So this is that really like jelly gloss. But let's go ahead and put it on. Okay, this is also very thick. It's not like sticky as in my lips are sticking together, but it is stickier than the lip oil, just so you know. It's a heavy gloss compared to like a Wet n Wild gloss or a Jeffree Star gloss. This is very heavy. Yeah, that is my check-in. I don't know if I'll do another one before I take this off, but for sure just wanted to give you guys one. So see you soon. Alright guys, this is the final check-in and the end of the day. It is 9:30 p.m. I'm very shiny, as you can see. Let's take a look at what we have going on here. So if I rub, I do get some transfer. That makes sense. The product is very light, and I have been sweating quite a bit, so that makes sense. It did obviously settle into my wrinkles. I will say it didn't really break apart though around my nose. I haven't powdered or anything today. So that's really good. And I normally have an issue right here, which I don't have. As you saw, I did try both lip glosses. This one has come off by now since I've eaten, and I do like the way this one is feeling better than the lip oil in terms of how my lips feel after the product is gone. I find the lip oil to be a little drying once it comes off, whereas the gloss, it kind of still stays on there like a gloss. But I do prefer the application of the lip oil better because the gloss is just a little too thick and gooey for me. The skin tint, I would not recommend it if you're oily. I'm not normally oily, but since I have been out in the heat, this is what happened. So if you're naturally oily, I don't think that's going to be the best product for you. I am really impressed with the jelly shadow. Normally jelly shadows on me kind of do that weird creasing thing where they get like sweaty and all clumped together, and it hasn't done that at all. So I thought that was very good. The lip stain, it looks like it has mostly come off. There's a little bit on the edges like a normal lipstick, and it almost looks like, yeah, it looks like it kind of disappeared off the cheeks as well. So at the end of the day, I'd say if you're not oily, this is a pretty good collection. And if you're on the younger side, I'll still use it because it's fun to fuck around with new shit. But yeah, I really like the eye stuff. The cheek and the eye stuff is my favorite of the collection. I'm gonna bring you to the end of the video, which I already pre-filmed and then was a dumbass and was like, oh, I can actually check in, because normally I film my videos late at night, but I was actually able to do it during the day today. So I'm gonna send you, I'm gonna be like full face and pretty, but I will send you to the end of the video where I give my little spiel on following me and shit. So with that being said, guys, let me know if there's anything from the Morphe 2 collection that you were looking at picking up. I may actually go back and get some of the neutral shadows now that I've played with them, because they dry down really well. They didn't transfer. So yeah, let me know what you guys think. Thank you so much for watching. As always, if you could please like, comment, subscribe, and hit that bell so you're notified every time I upload a new video. Please do follow me on all my socials. I'm on TikTok, Instagram, and Twitter at Shanna_Marie_84. I love you, and I will see you on the next one. Bye, guys.